Okay, here we are, day 3.
Jace. So
So we're into it now.
yeah, for the historical archives. And the reason why we're on voice chat is because on Wednesdays we do a voice chat meeting. And so I thought it might be a nice idea to sort of recap process stuff today, just a quick recap of what sort of process stuff we're thinking of, because this is only going to be good for ourselves and maybe our records of how things were going at this point in time, and a snapshot in time of how things were going behind the scenes.
Yeah, so we've had the day. I've been I've been focused on my work. I've been coaching all day, and just my own excitement around the project right now is just looking at the work we've done in these first couple of days. And we came up against a big hurdle yesterday, and I've got to sit with it a little bit. And I love this idea of empowering everyone with coach training, really just putting that in as part of the quest. And still have some questions around how the partners are going to work and how people are going to continue to be able to just move through this quest at their own pace. But it seems like we came to some good resolve around that yesterday.
Yeah, and I've been thinking a lot about, and this is what we've been talking about during our days, is how the game knows when somebody's done something successfully, because this is different than an in-person interaction when there's an expert there. And the expert carries a lot of weight in this interaction. Life coaching isn't just called life for a reason, because there's a coach there telling you what's going on, and they're the one who adds value to that discussion. And so I really am hoping we can get that value added without a coach by setting up the quests in a way that as soon as you do them, you get kind of your personal value, but then you have accountability to do them like as if there was a coach standing over your shoulder there, although there hopefully doesn't have to be, right?
Yeah, when you're talking about that, I'm thinking it might be cool to add in, as part of the basic coach training, some self-coaching skills. So we're not totally reliant on a pedagogical coach, an external coach, but that's, because in a sense, it ultimately comes down to our own inner self-direction. And if we can help,
that's what hopefully the game mechanics can help with, is motivating play because it's fun.
Totally. Definitely in the leadership training, one of the aspects I brought into that isn't talked about a lot in leadership training is self-leadership. So we could bring that into the coaching, is self-coaching as well. Actually, that's super cool.
Yeah. So I like our focus now is kind of can move past how quests are completed, because I think we.
What the?
It's a test.
That is so weird.
I got one too.
Oh, really interesting.
Yeah, I guess all cell phones or something.
Emergency
So
alert.
we can move past worrying about how quests are completed, because I think we came up with a good idea, is that as soon as you submit any kind of proof to the system, it will allow you to go to the next quest. But the accountability happens on the back end, is that your little pod of people at some point will look at that evidence you've submitted. So, you can't be just putting garbage up there and expect to get anything out of it. So the quests still have to be designed in such a way to make people, like you said, like learn personal leadership skills, take some accountability for this process. And then it's up to them whether or not they want to take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Make everybody take something seriously.
Totally. Yeah. Responsibility.
Just like counseling. Like you can sit there and count and be a counselor, but unless they start digging into their own things, you're not going to get benefit.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm excited now. We decided we're going to let ourselves be messy with the storyboards. They don't have to be glory boards. They don't have to be perfect. So that'd be good to dive into that. Also, one of the things we realized is, we're focused on all these parts. We haven't even gone through kind of the overview of this quest. So that'll be good to do a basic overview.
Yeah, like what is the overall learning outcome? Yeah, and what are the mini learning outcomes to get there is that's what we'll do in the storyboards. But what's the overall, the big picture?
Yeah, awesome. All right, cool. And anything else before we wrap up this video?
We're going to start tomorrow by looking at a game that Brodie brought up.
Superbetter.
Superbetter.
We're going to get
Yeah.
Superbetter.
And we'll talk about that in tomorrow's public video.
Yeah, cool. All right. It's going to be game on tomorrow.
Yeah.